Hello and welcome back to my channel. One of the features introduced in Java 18 was the possibility to start a simple web server via the command line to serve static files. My name is Giuseppe and I'm Senior Software Engineer and Content Creator. In this video I'm going to show you how to use the new Java 18 simple web server step by step. Ready? Let's get started. The goal of JEP 408 was to provide a simple command line tool to launch a minimal web server to serve static files. The main reasons are offer an out-of-the-box static HTTP file server with an easy setup and minimal functionality, provide a default implementation via the command line together with a small APIs for the creation and customization. The new Java Simple Web Server is meant to be used only for testing, development and debugging, not replacing any existing and well-known server frameworks like Netty, Apache Tomcat or even Nginx. The new Simple Web Server is a new feature introduced in Java 18. The first things you need to do when you want to use it is to check that you have installed Java 18. Open the terminal and type java space -- version. In my case, I have installed jdk 18.0.2. Now that you have checked your system, it's time to use the new Java web server. Go inside the bin folder under your Java 18 main folder. In my case, I need to go inside library/java/Java virtual machines/jdk 18.0.2/contents/home and then cd bin. If you check the content of the bin folder, you can see the new Jwebserver command ready to run. The Jwebserver command runs a simple web server. It's a minimal HTTP web server which serves the current directory. It is based on the com.sun.net.httpserver implementation. Before run the Jwebserver, you can check the version just typing Jwebserver space -version. Good, you can see the version, in my case 18.0.2. If you don't know or you don't remember all the command lines provided by the Jwebserver, you can type Jwebserver space -h, h as help. Take a closer look at the last line. To stop the server, you have to press Ctrl+C. Don't forget it because you are going to use it in a minute. Perfect. Now you are ready to run the new Java web server. Inside the terminal, type Jwebserver. Take a closer look at the logs. They are saying that the web server is up and running, serving all the static files under the folder /contents/home/bin and listening to the port 8000. Copy the URL, open the browser and go inside this URL. Perfect. You can see that the web server is working because it shows all the files inside the current directory. Go back inside the terminal, you can see the logs generated. By default, the login output level is set to info, and it uses the common log file format. The rest of the information that are logged are the localhost address in which the server is running, the date and time of the request, and the requested coming from the client. It includes the HTTP verb of the request, in this case get, the path that was requested, / in this case, the status code of the response. The first option that you are going to use is -b. It stands for bind address. It allows you to bind the server to all the interfaces. First, you need to stop the server using Ctrl+C. And then just type Jwebserver space -b space 0.0.0.0 Inside the log, you can see a different URL, but with the same port 8000. Copy the URL and open it inside the browser. Perfect. The Java web server is still working because it's serving the current directory. The option -p, which stands for port, allows you to customize the port to listen on. Stop the server using Ctrl+C and then type Jwebserver space -p space the port 8080. Now the port is not anymore 8000 but 8080. Copy the URL and open it inside the browser. Perfect. The Java web server allows you to change the log level using the option -o, which stands for output. You can change the log level to none, info or verbose. By default, it's set to info. Let's try it with none. Stop the server and type Jwebserver -o space none. Good, the server is running. Now copy the URL and open it inside the browser. Now go back inside the console log and you can see any logs because you set the log level to none. Last but not least, the option to change the directory to serve. By default, the Jwebserver is serving the current directory. You can use the option -d, which stands for directory, to specify that different directory to serve. Let's serve the parent directory. Stop the server and then type pwd, okay, copy the path, and then Jwebserver space -d space, paste the content that you copy and remove /home/beans, meaning that we are going to serve the contents directory and not anymore the bin directory. Copy the URL, open it with the browser. You can see a different output because the Java web server is serving the parent directory contents and not anymore /home/bin. Let's combine all the options together to run a web server binding all the interfaces, listening on the port 8080 and serving the /home directory with no logs. Stop the server and type Jwebserver -b 0.0.0.0 -p 8080 -o none -d the path /library /java /java virtual machine /jdk 18.0.2 /contents /home. Copy now the URL and open it inside the browser. You can see the list of files and folder inside the home folder. Stop the server and create a new folder, like for example my_site, in a different location. Inside the my site, create a new index.html and put a simple HTML content to print hello server. In my case, I'm going to create this folder inside my home directory and I'm going to create it with Vim. I'm going to put just a simple HTML tags and the message hello web server. Inside the terminal, run the Jwebserver serving the new content from the my site folder. Type Jwebserver space -p space 8080 space -o info space -d and then the path of the my site folder. Copy the link and open it in the browser. Perfect. You can see the message hello web server. Now you can create a Java class. Go back inside the terminal and don't stop the server. Open just a new tab inside the terminal and inside the my site folder create a new simple Java file like hello.java. Let's put just the main method. Now go back inside the browser and refresh the page. Okay, you still see the content of the index.html file. But if you type /hello.java inside the address bar, you will see the content of the hello.java as a text file. Perfect. There is an alternative way to run the Java web server using the package jdk.httpserver. It allows you to run the Java web server outside the Java 18 bin folder. Stop the current server and inside the terminal, go inside a different location. Type pwd. Okay, I am inside the /home location. I'm going inside my home location. pwd. Perfect. And now type java space -m space jdk.httpserver. As you can see in the log, the Java web server is up and running using the default configuration. In the same way, you can use the custom configuration that you used previously to serve the content of the My Site folder. Stop the server and type java -m jdk.httpserver -p 8080 -o info -d, and then put the path of your My Site folder. Copy the link and open it inside the browser. Perfect. There are a few limitations to using the simple web server provided by Java 18. It supports only the get and head methods. It supports HTTP1, not HTTP2, and it supports only HTTP and not HTTPS. Let's check it. Let's use curl to send not a get, but a option request. Inside the terminal, type curl -c --request options -URL, and then let's put the URL of the server. As you can see, the method is not allowed. It's allowed only the get and head. There you have it. In just a few steps, you have learned how to use the new Java web server introduced in Java 18, thanks to the JEP 408. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel to be always updated about new videos that I will upload, and see you in the following video tutorial. Bye!